Welcome back to another Palmetto Report. I'm Noah Whitworth, and today I'm sitting with Nate Mallard, a festival coordinator for the Come See Me Festival. Welcome.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Good.
So I just wanted to start by asking some of the basics. I wanted to, because the Come See Me Festival is obviously a very prolific festival in Rock Hill. It's very popular, and I wanted to know what this festival means for the Rock Hill community.
Yeah, I think the festival means a lot to a lot of people in Rock Hill. It's been around for over 60 years, and we have people that have grown up going to the festival. We have people like me that grew up going into the festival and then became one of the volunteers that helped put on the festival, and now I'm festival chair this year, so I'm kind of graduating, if you will, out of Come See Me. I'll still serve on the board a little bit, but may come back as a team leader. But I think it just means so much to a lot of people because it's just something that marks the beginning of spring to them, whether they're deeply involved with it or not. Just growing up in Rock Hill and either having an event that you always go to, whether it's the tailgate fireworks party or the beach bash or moonlight jazz. Teddy Bear Tea Party is a big institution within the festival too for your little kids. Multi-generations of kids have gone to that. So I think it just means a lot of things to different people in Rock Hill, but overall it's something that everyone in Rock Hill loves and enjoys.
Yes. How have you seen the festival evolve over the past several years?
Yeah, it's been, this was my 13th year involved as a team leader, behind the scenes coordinator type person with the festival. And just in the time I've been here, I've seen it grow. I've seen us go from being cash only to doing now it's like prepaid tickets for certain things. You know, I've seen us have to start charging a little bit for events because of cost of insurance and things like that happening. But we've tried to keep the same feel to it as we can, which is just community focused. And it's really supposed to be something that anyone can have something that they want to do. You know, it's 10 days long and there's all types of events going on throughout the 10 days. So it's all kind of changed logistically over the years, but I think the kind of core of what the festival's about has maintained true, which is, hey, come see us in Rock Hill. We've got a great community with great people and we want to show it off.
Yeah, great. I know that it takes place over a couple of weeks, and there's a lot of like little mini events leading up to like the big, like the main event essentially. Like,
Yeah.
Does those little mini events, like, do they generate more buzz for the actual festival, or does it?
I mean, it's interesting. So the festival's 10 days long, and we have big events on both weekends. So the beach bash happens on the first Friday, and that can be, when the weather's good like it was this year, that can be a humongous event. And so it's just a little different. It happens downtown, doesn't happen in Winthrop Lake. And then as far as size of events, we have the Glencairn Entertainment, which happens Monday through Thursday in Glencairn Gardens at lunchtime and at dinner time. So like, that's a huge event when it comes to like time and coordination. There's a different band at every time. And so that's a big event that happens. And I think that there's, the tailgate and the fireworks is kind of the finale. But I don't think there's any one event that is like the big one,
Yeah,
I think
they all work together.
Right. And that's kind of goes back to your previous question about like what it means to people. Like some people absolutely love that, and I love it too, because Come See Me started in Glencairn Gardens, and so to go there at lunchtime, and it's just a free concert. Nowadays we have a food truck that you can pick up some lunch, but if you want to just pack a picnic, and the weather was amazing this past week, we just wrapped up, so it was a beautiful event. I mean, beautiful weather at dinner time and at lunchtime, and just to come out and you'd see the same people every day that would just take their lunch break and come out and pack a sandwich and sit under the shade and listen to a local band. So.
And I would imagine like the weather is it's kind of a make it or break it for
Yeah.
the entire festival.
Yes.
How do you sort of prepare for like the inclement weather if it's going to happen?
There's only a few events that actually have like a rain plan, but like you said, most of them happen outside, and we are kind of at the mercy of the weather. My plan was I gave all my team leaders a gift that was an umbrella, so hopefully it would be a little reverse nature psychology, and I think it might have extenuated the drought that we had, since considering we didn't have any rain all the festival until the very last day in the evening. So we lucked out on that. But yeah, we do plan. I mean, the teddy bear tea party can happen inside. The Sundays with Mother Goose and Glenn is a kids event. We try to make sure kids events can potentially still go off a little bit. But obviously, the beach bash, if it's sprinkling rain, it's going to happen. Same thing with the second weekend stuff until it becomes a safety hazard, like lightning in the vicinity and stuff like that. That's when we start making calls on canceling anything.
Oh, yeah.
But most of the stuff happens whether it rains or shines, and for better or for worse. You know, we occasionally will, if we know it's going to be pouring rain on a Saturday of the fireworks and we have enough lead time, we can move it to the next Sunday. The next day, and that's just, it works out sometimes, but yeah, we are at the mercy of the weather a lot. So every chair is always worried about the weather. So it's a huge piece of it for sure.
Yeah, and as far as like the entertainment, like the actual entertainment of that the festival provides, how do you sort of cultivate like the bands or like the vendors? Or...
Yeah. So underneath the chair, I have like 60 team leaders that are all. Most events have 2 team leaders that are kind of like the point person, the main planner of those events. All volunteer people, and they, the Beach Bash finds their own music. That's easy enough. We like it to be shag themed. That's kind of the theme of that event. So they find. Somewhere from Myrtle Beach or down in Savannah, find kind of like beach party bands. For the second weekend with Moonlight Jazz and the tailgate party, we have an actual team leader whose sole job it is to find the bands and handle all the contracts and all that stuff, because there's normally 3 acts each night, because it's from, I guess, Friday nights 2, Saturdays 3, because it's from 3 p.m. until 9 o'clock. So they kind of cultivate that. And then during the week at Glencairn, that's kind of a combination of those team leaders and the entertainment team leader. Kind of helps point people in the right direction. But the people that come to Glencairn are normally smaller, like local duos and trios, something you'd see playing at a bar around town type of deal. But there were some really great musicians out there this week. But most of them are local. I mean, they sometimes bring in someone out. Our big headliner was Bourbon and Sons at the tailgate party, and they're actually local to Rock Hill, and they're kind of getting popular right now. They're a fairly new band, but it's a bunch of local guys that have played all over the place and have now kind of coming up. So
nice.
Yeah.
And just before we wrap up, I just kind of wanted to see what you envision Come See Me Festival will become in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I hope that I still get to be involved in some way. I mean, I think I might step back into being a team leader in a different role, but definitely want to see the people that have moved here in the last 5 or 6 years with the growth of York County in general. How many people have moved to this area that have no idea about Come See Me, and I just want to spend my time on the board making sure we really work on getting our messaging out to people, and so that I don't have anyone say, what is Come See Me? Or the worst to me is people that have been once or twice, newer to the area, and then they'll come up to me like, today's the Monday, we just wrapped up on Saturday, and they'll be like, I'm really looking forward to Come See Me this year. And I'm like, oh, you just missed it. So that's like that's the worst feeling to me. So I really want us to work on that, and that's the growth I think we need, is just getting the next generation of volunteers and people interested in it, then kind of build that, just make sure that people that are new to our community know what this is about and get excited about it and want to get involved. So.
And how would you say that people can start contributing to it if they want?
The easiest way to do it is at festival time in January and February is when our actual volunteer sign-ups start. So if you have an event that you love, go sign up for a volunteer shift for the day of, and normally it's 2 or 3 hours. You get a free T-shirt. If you're working an event that has alcohol, you might get a free beer. And kind of put in some time there, see what it's about on the back end. And that's the best way to kind of come up. There's a lot of people too whose employers are big sponsors, and that's how a lot of our team leaders got involved, whether they work for South State Bank or Comporium or the city. They're all sponsors of Come See Me. Williams and Fudge is a huge one, Coca-Cola, and they came in that way by kind of helping as a work thing, and then they stayed around to help out with the rest of the festival.
Yeah, and also I was curious how, in terms of because I know there are other local festivals such as the Strawberry Festival, as I'm sure you're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
How does that kind of compare to?
Well, I will say that attendance-wise, it's a little different because Come See Me is basically 2 whole weekends in 10 days. So if you count the longevity of the festival, our attendance is probably higher than those two, just because we have more time and more events. But Christmasville always draws a ton of people if the weather's good, and then same thing with the Strawberry Festival, even though that's normally, I guess that's 2 days now. But I think Come See Me is the best personally, but I think it's great that we have a community that wants to put on stuff like that for the people that live here, whether it's in Fort Mill at the Strawberry Festival or the way the city started Christmasville. I think that's another great piece of honoring Vernon Grant's legacy in the city and kind of that spirit of wanting to welcome people to our town. So,
Yeah, and are you thinking of keeping the location at the Winthrop Lake? Or are you foreseeing
I
a
can't
change
imagine we would go anywhere else right now. We've got it. I don't think there's anywhere that could handle it. So I think we'd be good to keep it there for the future. It started in the parking lot, and when we outgrew that, we've moved it into the grass by the lake, and we've got plenty of room to grow down there.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much a wrap. I appreciate you coming in and
Absolutely.
taking the time to speak with us.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.